What is up, current tech fans? Welcome back to another garage tinkering video. In the last week or so, someone on my Discord mentioned that they were trying to build a display that goes in the big round spot in the middle of the dashboard on their Mini Cooper. And it got me thinking about incorporating physical three-dimensional things on top of gauges and seeing how we can utilize that to make displays that are perhaps a little bit more interesting and feel a little bit more incorporated into the car. So I'm going to run a challenge for myself today. I've picked 4 manufacturers and we're going to try and make a multimedia three-dimensional gauge display for each one of those manufacturers that uses an overlay that we've laser cut on the Creality Falcon 2 Pro laser cutter in order to try and make a Speedo RPM gauge that feels natural for that car, but is also a little bit more interesting than you might be able to achieve by just designing the logo. So I've got my logos, I've got my pile of 1mm thick black acrylic, and I've got my laser cutter. Let's see what we create, and we're going to start with the one that spurred this whole thing, the Mini logo. And I've decided to actually use like a simplified version of all of these logos. I'm not going to be milling these things out of aluminium. That's the thing that we're looking at in a future video, but instead we're just going to try and simplify these in a way that makes them really good for laser cutting for the overlay, and then we'll look at how we create the display for each one of them. When we're designing something for laser cutting like we're doing here in Illustrator, we have to consider a few factors. Like if I was just to cut out this logo, the problem we would end up with is that these sections would like fall out because there's nothing holding all of this thing together. So we need to consider what we're going to do with the design of each one of these things. Also, it's going to go into a round display, so everything needs to be considered to go inside some form of round display. Now, for this particular design, I'm going to remove the Mini logo. I think the wings in themselves are iconic enough of a design that the word Mini is not necessary. It also means then we can use this center spot for something cool. I'll admit, as I start each one of these, I don't know how each one's going to end up. I'm just kind of quickly making it up in my head as I do it and, seeing what feels right. Maybe you would do this a different way. If you'd like to do that, you obviously can. Yeah, this as a base concept works as what I want. I think we'll figure out as we go. But this is my Mini logo. Let's take it over to the Falcon and get this thing cut out. If you've not seen it before on this channel, this is my Creality Falcon 2 Pro laser cutter. It's a 22-watt cutter, and it is absolutely fantastic for this kind of work. And this over here is the Creality Falcon workspace. Dead easy to use. So I can just drop my SVG in here, set this to the size I want it to be, which is going to be 120mm. And now I need to set this up and put the acrylic in the right space, get it all lined up, and then just cut this thing out. Right, so 6 or so minutes later. Come on. We have pop out the bits we don't want. One Mini logo ready to rock. Right, let's go do the UI for it. So when it comes to the UI for this, I'm just going to keep it simple with each one because otherwise it's going to take me days to do this. And I'm going to show RPM on each one in some way, and I'm going to show speed on each one in some way, and they'll all be a little bit different and purposeful for the the manufacturer and the design that we've come up for each one. For the Mini, I want to keep it British. I'm going to keep it regal and British engineering-esque. So we'll use that arc I created across the top to show the RPM, and then I'm going to show the speed just as a number, the center of the mini logo. See how that all feels. I'm not going to sit here and show you me coding it. There's no point. So all you need to know is that I'm using the WaveShare P4 powered 4-inch display. I've got it already all set up. It's running off the basic code in ESP IDF. I'm just going to be throwing some LVGL components on there very quickly and putting an animation state on them that runs between two values so we can see what it does. So let's jump 20 minutes into the future and take a look at this first one finished, the Mini Cooper center display speedo gauge. Here it is in all of its glory with the RPM needle swinging along the top and the number for the speed ticking away in the middle. I did realize after I'd created it that because of the bevel around the outside edge, we accidentally clipped a little bit of the white behind the wings, but it's fine. We still get a good idea of the kind of thing we can achieve really easily with an overlay. As we see behind it, really it's just a white screen with a ticking arc, but by sticking this overlay on it, suddenly makes it branded and way more interesting. Okay, let's do the next one, Nissan. Now, you might be able to guess what I'm going to do for this one, but again, we just need to think of it in that kind of like, how do we cut it out format. And also last time I neglected the fact that the bezel doesn't get light behind it. I thought it was going to be black, so it wasn't going to matter, but it does matter. This will all cut out fine except for the A. The center of the A there would have a problem. So we can just, if we zoom in sufficiently on this and just get that A. That will allow us to cut out that thing as a single piece. Let's, again, just export it out, take it over to the Creality and laser cut this bad boy. Now, because I know that when this was placed here, that's going to cut exactly here, I just marked the edge there. So I know if that goes there. So Nissan logo in exactly the same spot. Don't even need to frame it. Let's just go. It's so nice to have a machine like this that I actually don't even have to really think about. Once you set it going, it's just going to get the job done reliably. Really nice not to have to worry about anything, just knowing that it's just going to do a good job every time. Definitely a fantastic bit of kit to have here in this workspace. And there we go again. It's done. Nissan. Pop out all my bits. There we go. The Nissan has come out fine. That A, despite being, you know, quite a small little bridge, looks good. So here's our Nissan variant. As we can see, the RPM again is moving quickly around the top, but in this time we've put a second arc down below which represents the speed. Now, is this practical as a speedo because it's actually got no values on it? Not really. And you can see the revealer, it's actually just two big thick arcs and one white block. But again, we put the facer on the front and it becomes a bit more interesting and personalized. You've got to love how much it changes it with such a little bit of difference. Okay, next up, let's stage ADM. We'll do Honda. I'm not going to worry too much about this outer bit. I just want this piece. This one I'm just going to keep really simple and just have the H like in the middle. A very, very simple Honda logo, which I think will still work nicely for what we want. Let's cut this one out. Again, same process. I already got my space set up. Simple and reliable. Definitely the simplest of the jobs. One Honda logo. Neat. I decided to go for something a bit different on the Honda and have two scales of the side, a 0 to 10 for 0 to 10,000 RPM at one side and a 0 to 120 for the speedo up the other side. And to be honest, I'm not sure how well it would even work in a car, but it goes to show the kind of things we can do. Something quite interesting about this is that the scales aren't actually vertical. They're ever so slightly offset because of the Honda logo itself. They're tilted out about 3.5 degrees. Still works really nicely. It goes to show how good this P4 is at doing what it wants to do under the surface. Again, it's just 2 scales on a white background. But you put the overlay on and suddenly, very recognizably, a Honda display. And for our fourth and final one, let's go for some German engineering. Something a bit different, Audi. Now, Audi obviously already has iconic rings with it. We're going to try and just incorporate something a bit different for this one. So there obviously is a concern here that these inside parts, like I said, would be floating. So if we were to create this like as is, we would have some problems. Like, I wonder how small of a cutout we could do across this middle bit, given the capabilities of the Creality Falcon 2. Would this be enough material to hold all this center bit in place and still look good? Guess there's only one to wait to find out. Let's go cut ourselves an Audi logo. And lastly, all same process again. I've already loaded it up. Let's just go. That simple. Rinse and repeat. The only question mark with this one is those really tiny little and close together cuts. How is it going to handle those? We'll see in a minute. This is the only one I have any concern about. Has it managed to cut out those center bits all okay? No. Yeah, as suspected. It's hanging on by one. So one is cut, the other one is not. I've obviously made it a little bit too fine. You know, I can work with this. I use it like this. I could recut it with a slightly thicker thing, but I think for the example that we're going to do, whatever, it'll work. Obviously, you wouldn't do this in production, but this is not production. This is just an example of something fun. The Audi solution is perhaps my favorite, and I've got this RPM that goes all the way around the outside of the iconic 4 rings, whilst the Speedo itself goes up in the middle. One of the interesting things about this is it's actually 4 individual arcs, which are all just laid out perfectly so that they appear to extend from one another. But again, it's not all that complex. Admittedly, with this one, when we remove it, because of the way it's been produced, it actually looks exactly the same. So this one isn't the best example of using the overlay, but it's a nice alternative view and shows how you can display this information in a different way. So as we've seen, by combining a screen with an overlay cut on a laser cutter like this, we can actually start to create some really interesting designs that just shun the norm a little bit. Now, obviously, these designs are just all like high concept. I'm not saying you would necessarily want or be able to use any of these designs in practice, but it's the principle about thinking a little bit outside of the box when you're coming to design your own gauges. You don't have to be forced into a standard, needle and a number. And if you do want to use a needle and number, maybe you can incorporate the manufacturer of the car or something else that's a bit more meaningful for you in a way like this, by utilizing a simple laser cut acrylic cover over the top. Obviously, massive thanks to Creality Falcon for providing me this Falcon 2 Pro in order to do this and many other projects with. If you are considering getting yourself a laser cutter to do stuff like this or other fun projects, then Creality do have a really interesting range from small to large. This one is one of the largest in the range. You can check out the links below with lots of other details if you're particularly interested. This one is the 22 watt version and makes absolute mincemeat of cutting through acrylic like this. They also have a YouTube channel and dedicated Facebook groups for help and sharing projects and all that stuff. And it's all linked down in the description if you want to check that stuff out. Anyway, I hope this has helped you think about designing stuff in a slightly different way. We don't always have to do things the standard or the expected way. Sometimes we can just have a bit of fun with our designs, and that's what this is. If you have any questions or thoughts about all of this, feel free to stick them down in your comments. I'll do my best to get back to you when I can. Otherwise, I hope something good happens to you today, and I'll see you in the next video Wednesday at 2 p.m. Take it easy, peeps. Bye-bye.